In this video I'll show you how to make your own old style wooden station platforms using matchsticks because it's super cheap and easy to find. So let's get started. I started by planning and testing some different ideas. I want something that's not too difficult to make whilst also being very realistic and durable. So with that in mind, I started modeling the station platform in Blender. I wanted the building process to be as straightforward as possible. So I designed the sides to be separate pieces that can be glued together. This also means that if you want a longer platform, you can simply make more pieces. With the planning done, I started the tedious process of cutting a few hundred matchsticks to 2.2 cm. This will be the vertical planks of the sides. You can use matchsticks that are specifically for art, but normal matchsticks are much easier to get hold of and also a lot cheaper. Next, I needed some cardboard, which I got from an empty food box, and I cut out the usable parts of the cardboard. Next, I cut a piece that measures the same size as the side modules, which is 2.2 cm by 4.5 cm. The cardboard will give the whole thing rigidity once it's done and makes gluing the matchsticks together very easy. To glue the matchsticks on, I simply apply some PVA wood glue to the cardboard and use a tweezer to carefully place them in position. Once done, weigh down while the glue dries. Now I add the support timbers. This is pretty straightforward, but the other side is mirrored, so just keep that in mind. This is how they will connect to each other. And I repeat the process 5 times for each side. This method of making station platforms takes a lot of time and effort. You'd probably not want to make a very large platform using this method. But for a small one like this that measures only 30 cm long, it's still a crazy amount of work, but it's doable. Next, I cut cardboard for the sides where the ramp will be. Then apply glue, place the matchsticks, weigh down and put it aside as the glue dries. For the deck, I cut a piece that's 7.3 cm wide. This will fit perfectly into the middle like this, whilst also allowing the edges to have an overhang. The matchsticks for the deck is cut to a length of 3 cm. This is the cardboard for the ramp. It measures 7.3 by 6.5 cm. Now it's time to glue the matchsticks to the cardboard. For this I simply apply PVA glue like this. This is very time consuming, so it's a good idea to work in small sections at a time. At this point my finger really started to hurt. A hobby knife is not the best tool for cutting this many matchsticks, but it's all I had. I think a tool like the Micromark chopper would work much better. After the glue had some time to dry, the deck will warp, but don't worry, you can simply straighten it out like this. Next I tidy up the edges using a hobby knife and a ruler. Some of them might break off, but you can simply glue them back on. Also, if a hobby knife doesn't work well, you can try a pair of scissors. And now I also glue the details on for these. The vertical end or side measures 2.2 by 7.3 cm, and basically the same process is repeated for it. And that's all the parts that's needed. Once the glue is completely dry, you can do some sanding to make the edges look nice and smooth. Depending on the quality of the matchsticks, you may need to sand the deck as well. After sanding, blow out the power between the matchsticks. Assuming you build it quite accurately, it will fit nicely together like this. Before I start gluing it together, I lay it all out like this and test fit the different pieces with each other to get the best result. Gluing them together is quite straightforward, using some PVA glue and a ruler to make sure it's perfectly straight. And repeat the process for the other side. After the glue had some time to dry, I glue an extra piece of cardboard strip to the back to increase the strength. I scrape the print from the cardboard to allow for a better and more reliable bond. Somehow this ended up being too short. I have no idea how it happened, but it did. But luckily it's easy to fix by simply gluing on an extra piece of cardboard like this. Then also adding some more matchsticks. If you want to see the next video in which I'll be painting, weathering and installing the station platform, click the video on screen right now and I'll see you there.